Okay, don't get alarmed, but there's a trailer following us.
Again?
Again?
What the heck? Every time I'm with you, there's a trailer following us.
I don't know what's going on. Why is there a trailer behind us?
No idea. Where are we going and what are we doing today? What day is it today? Wednesday, June 19th, 2024.
Yeah, and since we have a trailer behind us, I think we should utilize it, right?
Probably a good idea.
Okay, well, I know of a project. Is this guy gonna stop? I know of a car that's just sitting outside for 28 years. 28, right? From 1996.
I think so. We're going to find out more history from the current owner. Actually, I believe it's the current owner's sister, because the current owner passed away, unfortunately.
All right. So I think we should go grab it and see if it is gonna start. It's like 28 years only. I don't think there's anything.
Are we going to tell them what it is, or are you just going to surprise them once we get there?
Once we get there, we're gonna show them. The good news is that when it was parked outside 28 years ago, it was driving.
Yeah, one of those classic running when parked. Well, we'll see. Anyway, we got a truck full of tools, air compressors, pretty much everything you need to rescue a car that's been sitting, I'm going to say fairly close to the ground for at least a few years.
Yeah.
Including we've got some spare tires with us as well, just in case we can't air up the tires that are on it. We're making it sound great, right?
Yeah, sure.
So anyway, we're going to do our best to retrieve this. We've got about an hour's drive or so to go out to Port Credit, Ontario. So I guess we'll see you when we get there.
Yep.
See you in about an hour.
Ta-da!
It looks familiar.
Yeah. So it's the twin sister of the one that we did last year. So now we can tell you what it is. It's 1965 TR4, and it's the solid rear axle, 4-speed transmission, and as you can see here, she aged a little bit in the last 28 years. I will show you pictures here when she was parked in 1996. She hasn't moved ever since, and that's what she looks like now. She was obviously undercover, but that's what happened to her over the years. However, I think that she's gonna clean up nicely. I mean, under all this, whatever it is on the floor, I dug out a little bit before, and looks like the floors are in a pretty good condition. Seals, everything. I mean, there's some holes.
I can tell you one thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't smell very good.
Doesn't smell good. The engine is locked. I tried to turn it over the other day. It didn't turn over.
It's gonna be
So
fine.
we'll pretend we don't see that, and we're gonna just start it, right? And we are hoping that it's gonna roll. So I'm gonna put some air in the tires, and we'll see if we can roll her, so we can put her on the trailer. Hopefully that's gonna work easy. If not, we're gonna have to back up the trailer here and drag her on it. But we will see. We brought some tires, we brought some TR3 wheels actually, that we might use if we have to, but turns out these are not totally flat. I thought they were flat all the way. Well, this one is. So we'll see. That's what we're gonna try to do now first, to deal with the wheels, so we can see if she's gonna roll. All right, so 3 tires took air. The 4th one took it, but let it go very quickly with a nice explosion. So anyways, we were able to change the rear right wheel, and while it was in the air, turns out the rear 2 wheels are rolling. So let's see the front ones now. Yeah, here she is. What shall we name her? Tiara. Tiara the 4th. There you go. She's Tiara the 4th. Let's see if she's gonna roll. Yep. Okay. Phil?
No problem.
You think so? Yeah. Oh, there you go. She's on the road.
Okay, so what's the plan?
There was some other car here.
Actually, I do like the patina on that.
Yeah, I love the patina. It's okay. We're gonna talk about the plans for this car later, even though I'm pretty sure you know where we're going, right? We've been there before. So now we can take a look all over. So this side is a little bit worse. The seal and the rear fender. But the frame looks kind of okay. As far as I could see underneath, the frame is in a good shape. So she's rolling. That was one of the big question marks. Now the other question is whether we can make the engine turn, but we will see. And if it turns, well, then you know what's next. We will see if it runs and drives. TR4. All right, so she's all strapped and ready to go. All right, so she's following us on the trailer. David is reading through the papers here. There's an appraisal from 1996, which said pretty much the same things that we see on the car now. Rust on the, what's it called? On the
Seal?
Rust on the seal.
On the fender.
Yeah, things didn't change much, so that rust was already there on the in 1996. So we figured out a little bit more about the history. So the car actually came from the US. It was imported by Bill, right? He registered it, insured it, and he drove it for 5 years until 2001. We can see that, or at least it
The license plate sticker.
Yeah, the license plate sticker was from 2001, the last one.
So the commission number is, it's a 65 Triumph TR4. Commission number is CT34991L, which is for left-hand drive.
Yeah.
So no overdrive.
No overdrive, yeah. Eventually we're gonna find one. And for now she's gonna be a 4-speed. You may have already guessed that it's gonna be another restoration. Just like the TR4 last year, this one is gonna be the same.
But with one difference though, let me just interrupt. So it's going to be the same in the regards that at some point I think you intend on restoring it properly.
Yeah.
Whereas I never intend to actually do anything more than I've done for my TR4. So, all right, so restoration, but eventually restoration.
And eventually it's going to be restored.
Right.
So for now, it's going to require only the most important things that are concerning safety, of course, like brakes, suspension.
Yeah, all the hydraulics, tires,
yeah,
the brakes.
Everything that is going to make the car safe for the road. But cosmetics, maybe we're going to fix here and there something, but we might not get into that. Because one thing, first of all, it's going to be a budget project, but also I don't want to invest too much time in it, because I know what many of you are going to say. You have the GT6 there, why don't you fix that? Because I don't have the time. And if I start on the GT6 and I want to push it until it's finished, so I can take it to the trials, for example, in September, I'm not gonna do a good job. I'm gonna skip through many things. I'm gonna cut corners, and I don't want to do that to the GT6. I want to take my time there and restore it. Even if it takes years, it's gonna be
done properly.
Yeah, it's gonna be done properly. Where for this car, I don't really care a lot for now. I mean, I want to take it to the trials, and
You're on the don't get it right, just get it running.
Yeah, just do it safe, let's say. So that's the idea for it. First of all, let's see if the engine is gonna turn over, so we can see if it is gonna start, because if the engine needs work, then that's gonna be a deal breaker. I'm not gonna do it now. Now I want to invest like literally a week or two into it to make it safe, and that's it.
So the one good thing about the appraisal document that we read, I mean, I know it's from 1996, and I know we said it was running when parked. At least the appraisal document says that the car actually ran well and had good oil pressure and showed no signs of smoking when it was actually running back in 96. And then it was obviously parked shortly after. So there's a chance that the engine might be okay, at least temporarily. Like, fingers crossed we can
break a ring.
Yeah, yeah. So we're going on that premise anyway.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Well, okay, then that's it. So let's take it to the garage, clean it up, see if we can turn the engine over. And
maybe put it up on the lift?
Yeah, put it on the lift and look underneath to see what the condition of the suspension is, the frame. The suspension we're gonna rebuild anyways. And eventually, soon, we might try to start it.
Sounds good. Exciting times.
Yep.
Still following us?
Still there.
Still there?
Alright, we're ready to unload her. And David was just saying the last car that we picked up was his TR6, the PI one. It was
minus 21 Celsius. What's the temperature today?
It's 37 with the Humidex.
Plus 37.
Yeah.
Dying.
Look at that. Why is my patina so different?
Beautiful.
But it's in the different colors.
I can't wait to see them next to each other.
Yeah, that's how she's gonna be though. David did lots of repairs on his and like covered a little bit the rust here. Well, I'm gonna weld the rust hose, but the rusty spots I'm gonna leave on.
Your body's actually in better shape than the other one though.
Yeah, I think this body's
sure.
I don't think it's been repaired much. Well, there are some repairs, but anyway, she's a rusty beauty, just like my truck. All right, so she's too bad to go inside the garage like that, right?
Yeah, I think we need to probably clean some stuff out.
Yeah, so
maybe it'd be a good idea to, it's so hot out, maybe we should put the window down.
yeah, make some ventilation.
Whew.
Yeah, I'm ready.
We're in the shade.
Yeah, we are here on the side of the house where it's shady. The garage is actually not too bad, but I don't want to bring her inside like that. So first we're gonna clean up.
It's actually coming out pretty good.
Yeah.
So far, just a few little pinholes up there. We think that might be original paint. Amazing.
Well, that's my sweat.
Oh, making it glisten. Coming up pretty good.
All right, an industrial size garbage bag later, we have a pretty good solid floors. And there's in both sides a little bit of rusted through areas over there and over there, but like I said, We are not looking for a perfect restoration for now. It's a rust restoration. So we're gonna patch them somehow. Maybe even body filler. I'm gonna do all the things that I keep complaining about.
Fiberglass.
Yeah.
For now.
For now, I know. People keep hearing me saying like, look how they fixed this, how they patched that. Now I'm gonna be one of these people. I don't like that the engine bay has been painted black, but it is what it is for now.
I don't know if it's painted. I think that's rust proofing.
Well, it's something
Yeah.
that I don't like. I hate painted black engine bays.
Yeah.
What did you find here?
Oh yeah. I think that's an RC Cola cap, which would be
Yeah.
fairly old. You don't see bottle caps very much anymore.
Okay, and the engine bay looks
Pretty
perfect.
complete.
Yeah. I'm gonna vacuum that too a little bit.
Aftermarket fan on it.
Yeah. I'm gonna vacuum that too a little bit so we don't bring garbage in the shop, and then we
everything
can.
is here,
Yeah.
and I don't see any holes over here. So I mean, a little crustiness over here with the master and the
Yeah.
clutch master and the brake master, but it's got a Lucas super coil on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The steering joints.
Yeah, it's
They
maybe
might
seen in better
last.
days, maybe.
Might last
to
for
get us in the
another
garage.
3 hours.
Yeah. I think what I'll do is I'll pull the plugs.
Yeah. And let's
maybe
pour
we'll squirt
something.
some stuff in there.
Let's put something there. And oh,
Maybe if you can get me a plug wrench, I'll do that, and you can vacuum.
well, there is a problem with the engine bay, and it is here. I saw it the other day when we were looking at the car. So normally around the battery you have these issues. So this is something that I'd like to patch.
You just put your hat down.
Yeah, that's something that I'd like to patch because in September it's most likely I'm gonna need my heater, so it's good to have it. But again, I'm jumping ahead of myself. First, David already sprayed WD-40 inside the cylinders.
Yeah, and they said the speedometer didn't work in the car. I wonder why.
Where is the cable? Yeah, there you go. It's missing the
The inner?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I can just sneak
Yep.
inside another one. Okay, first let's see if it is gonna turn the engine, and actually we're gonna roll it on the lift so we can see what's underneath. Inside cleaned up, not too bad. Like I still have to get rid of these seat frames, seat rails. I have another set of seats for the car. I'm not gonna.
I have another set of seat rails.
Yeah, I don't think I need seat rails.
Oh, yeah.
I got something like Miata seats. They're not Miata, but they are similar to Miata. And I think I'm just gonna bolt them directly to the floor. They have the rails on them. Too bad the curtain here in the back is missing that covers this frame. But we're gonna figure out something.
Missing a little corner piece in the dash.
Yeah, this whole part there. Here it's pushed in a little bit. So I think, wasn't yours pushed in the same place? And we straightened it?
There's the same thing back here too. So there's a couple spots that are the same.
Yeah, so I wanna. Okay, fixed. Almost. All right, I'm gonna make room in the garage and we're gonna roll it in. It's so hot outside. We didn't show the boot, and here it is. We just pulled out the spare tire. There was a tarp inside that I already put in the garbage. Brand new set of
Booster cables.
booster cables.
Brake fluid.
Some duct tape over there.
Yeah, that's the factory hole.
Yeah.
Empty brake fluid.
Well, let's vacuum this as well. Maybe it's gonna be clean.
Looks good to me.
Yeah. Okay. That doesn't look bad at all. There's just that's the factory hole there, and it's gonna need some welding to make it round again. But other than that, it's like beautiful. Wow. So after all, I was lucky.
It looks like a pretty solid car, actually.
Yeah, I guessed when I was looking through, like beyond the garbage that was on the floor, I thought that I might actually have a solid car, and I do. Well, let's not talk before we put her up in the air and look underneath, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it seems the worst part are the rear fenders. I mean, the same thing on my car with the beading. Did you show them the beading?
Yeah, this is a previous repair. Somebody just body fillered on top.
Yeah.
That's fine. So that's how it's gonna be.
Exactly the same way as mine.
I might repair here, but not here. This is just gonna be sanded and clear coated. People are gonna hate me.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oops, I did it again. All right, so here she is on the hoist, and I'm gonna keep you a little bit longer on suspense. Let's look around now better here. Well, you've probably seen it better than me so far because I was able to lower the camera. Yeah, here, this fender is gone, but again, patch, that's it for now. Again, I don't wanna say I'm not gonna do a good job on this car, just not now. For now, it's gonna be a quickie.
A quiche.
Yeah. Okay, he's already under, so let's go do that. I'm just gonna tell you.
Oh my God!
We tried already putting it in fourth gear and rolling it back and forth to see if the engine was gonna let go, but nope. Oh, that's part of my seat. Okay, let's go underneath. No? I have a light on the camera.
I don't want two YouTubers to get crushed by a car at the same time.
Okay, if I die,
Yeah, I'll pick
his
up
channel is
Rusty Beauties. Rusty Beauties too.
you pick up Rusty Beauties?
Yeah.
What is this? Oh,
That's the block for the rear suspension.
okay. Yeah,
Big aluminum blocks.
the frame looks good.
Cherry bomb exhaust.
The diff is still leaking, imagine.
Still got oil in it.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna have to change some seals here.
Absolutely.
This exhaust is like
Yeah. I
weird.
bet you that's loud.
You know what? If I can just extend this pipe, might go with it, even though it's hitting the frame here. Look, the floor drop is perfect. Like no issues here at all. That's some kind of a rust proof here. Where's my overdrive?
Yeah.
It's missing still. If you guys have an overdrive for sale, even in a bad shape, I'd like one for my TR4. Hey, that's my car.
That was my head on your tailpipe. I don't see any holes in the frame.
No? Okay. Frame looks good. Well, you know where the common spots for this is, right here. I can't tell until we take the suspension apart, but it looks like even here it's not rusted. Yeah. Well, nothing to see here.
Even the rear valance is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this got bent in somehow.
Yeah. I'm gonna straighten that.
Easy enough. There's the old exhaust hanger.
Yep. Okay. So suspension for the bushings for the suspension, and a little bit of scraping, and maybe the only part that I'm gonna paint is
Now it starts.
yeah. No, that's the only part that I'm painting. That's all.
I'm seeing the emergency brake is not connected at all.
Nice. They bent the floor, so obviously this transmission came out at some point. Probably changing the clutch. All right, I think, yeah, that's the next step. I'm gonna pull the starter off and I'm gonna try to pry the flywheel and see if I can make it turn, even though here it is, the exhaust is in my way, but that's the next thing to do. We need to assist these engines somehow. Actually, now that we're here, I wanna tell you a fun fact here. For those of you who don't know, including me, I didn't know. This guy told me when we were working on his TR4. So this big hole on the floor here that is carried even on TR6, everybody calls it the drain hole. It's not a drain hole. It is actually your jacking point. You see, even the brake line here goes around it, because what you do on TR3, TR2, TR3 and TR4,
You put the jack inside the car. It fits in that little cutout.
yeah, it fits right here on the frame, and you jack it from above. You have a handle just like on the trailers, and you jack the car from inside. It's like,
Ratcheting handle.
yeah. So just so you know, because there's many people who call this hole the drain hole, and on TR6 it's not even needed. Not that anybody uses it anymore on TR3 and TR4 as well, but just so you know, that's what it is. All right, so in an attempt to unseize the engine, we took this cover off from, well, I don't know if it is an inspection cover or what it is. And I can see the flywheel from here, but it's not working very well. So next step is to remove the starter, and we will see if we can reach there with the pry bar and try to turn the flywheel. I removed the the lower bolt, so now we're gonna go from the engine bay and remove the top one. Well, she peed on me. So, perfectly green coolant. And yeah, we're draining it because I took the starter off from there, but there's absolutely no way I can put a pry bar. I tried pry bar, big, small, straight, like a flat screwdriver. Can't do that. So I also tried with adjustable wrench over here to turn the pulley on the bolt on the bolt on the pulley on the crank, but I can't. Like, the adjustable wrench is not great for that, and it's just slipping over the head. So I'm gonna remove the rod, and that's why we're draining it. And that's great. Look, perfectly green coolant. Maybe I should save it. And yeah, we're gonna remove the rod. We're gonna put a socket on the pulley, and fingers crossed we can spin this engine, because so far this car is amazing. All the bolts, I was telling David, I'm removing bolts, and it's enough just to loosen them with the wrench a little bit, and then from there everything goes by fingers. So
The only problem now is I gotta go pee.
all right, I'm doing the top hoses here, but I just noticed that, and it's funny. There's positive and negative on this flap here, showing which side is positive, which side is negative, because this car has a positive ground, which we're gonna switch. Definitely, I don't like positive ground, and we're gonna actually find an alternator for it, because I don't like generators. But anyway, just wanted to show you that.
Weasel P.
Weasel P?
Yeah. Acetone and automatic transmission.
Oh my god, what are you gonna do with that?
Going in the cylinders.
In my poor cylinders.
Yeah.
What does it taste like?
Soles of old shoes.
Yes. Was it a good level?
Too little high, actually.
Oh, does it smell like gas? What does it smell like, guys? It's good. No, it's good for now.
I smell worse.
Yeah, me too. This morning in the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's not leaking, I think. I don't know. Anyway, it's the moment of truth. As soon as I found the right socket. Yay!
What is it?
1 and 1/16.
Yeah, it was close.
Yeah, you said everything from 1 inch to 1 and 5/16, so yeah. You were.
Well, at least I knew it was over 1 inch.
Okay. Let me try, and if it doesn't work,
I'm gonna try.
I'm gonna let you try. Moment of truth, guys, fingers crossed.
Hey!
No,
Yeah?
it's just tightening the bolt.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
No, we don't want to snap off the crank bolt.
No.
That would be bad. Still tightening?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Holy moly. Yeah, I can see this engine coming out. Still tightening. Well, we decided also to take the valve cover off and see what's underneath. And that's what's underneath. Not great. Looks like water in the oil. I don't know.
Definitely a little rusty.
Yeah. Not anymore. Fixed.
Fixed.
Okay.
This
Good.
this one not so much.
Some wire wheeling
Yeah.
and it's gonna be fixed.
That one's fixed.
As long as we make it turn.
Perfect.
We want it to turn, so fingers crossed that by tomorrow it's gonna turn. Alright, so it's the next day and it's been like 16-17 hours already since we put the magic potion inside the cylinder, so let's see if it is gonna turn over now. No, it won't budge. In this direction it is gonna undo the bolt, so I'm not gonna try. It keeps tightening the bolt. And this is a huge bolt, so something snapped. I don't know what. Great. Just great news. It's not possible that I snapped this bolt, is it? It looks like I did. Oh, that's just great. How is that even possible to snap this big bolt? Well, now we are done. Also, look at this valve lash here on first valve. Obviously this valve is stuck, but how is it stuck that low? I mean, if the engine sat in this position, then it got stuck, but how then the push rod went down all the way here? This means that at some point this engine turned after this valve was seized. So looks like our dream is not gonna come true again. We just got another project that is gonna sit somewhere. Unless we find a different engine for it. What about this one? This is my TR3 engine and it's been sitting here for over a year now, I think. And I've no idea what the condition of this one is. But isn't it easy to, I don't want to say rebuild, but maybe quickly recondition as it is out of the car and then just swap them? Maybe. Let me see if this one is gonna turn over. Yeah, this one turns no problem. Okay, I need some time to think. Well, so unfortunately this is not one of these videos where everything goes like she runs, drives and all that. It happened with David's TR4 last year. Well, it's always, I'm able to fix people's cars and I'm always able to do good things about people's cars. My cars are always like, I can't, including my Spitfire that sits outside, and I have to work on that as well. I don't have time for it, but anyway, my car didn't want to start and drive just miraculously. So anyways, I said that if the engine doesn't run, it's gonna be a deal breaker, but just in the back of my head, I always knew that if that happens, I'm not gonna just give up. I want to make this car run and drive. I actually really see a diamond in the rough here. Like cosmetically, she doesn't look great, but the floors are solid. There's no holes, inner seals, everything is like amazing. Underneath she is amazing, so it is a diamond in the rough. So like I said, with minimal work, I'm sure she can be back on the road and used. I don't say that I don't care about this car. I care a lot. I always wanted the TR4. In fact, the first idea when I wanted to get a British car was a TR4 because my boss had a TR4 and I loved it, but I couldn't afford it at the time, so I bought the Spitfire. But now 2024, 9 years later, I finally got a TR4, and I promise you I'd love to restore it properly, but it can't happen now. So that's why I want to do a rust oration just to make sure she's safe. Like I said, all the hydraulics, brakes, suspension, lights, all that, everything needs to work perfectly on the car, but we're gonna leave the body, these repairs and stuff like that for another time and paint her nicely. It's gonna be in a few years. First we need to finish this baby, then I have a TR6 that is waiting in line. Maybe I'm gonna finish that. If this is running and driving in on the road and I can use it, I'm gonna put it back at the end of the line because she came last. That's my gray Spitfire. She's waiting for 8 years now. We can't just skip the line, right? So I knew that if the engine doesn't run, I'm gonna start digging into it. But seriously, I'm thinking, yesterday David was here as well and we discussed it. It is a lot more work to dig into this engine than dealing with the other one because many things are seized here. So it's gonna take a lot of time and I don't have the time. I want like quickie. So today David is coming and we're gonna finish his engine. That's his TR4 engine, the twin sister of this one. So we're gonna finish his engine and possibly put it in the car so we can get this out of the way, and then we're gonna pull this one out and we're gonna take it apart. I was thinking even to get it started as it is on a dolly or something, but is there a point of starting it? Like, no, it turns over, so I think I'm just gonna take it apart, very quickly assess what it needs, order parts, put it to the side for 2 weeks or something like that, and once I have all the parts, I'm just gonna take 5 days off from work, from customers, and I'm gonna assemble the engine, weld here and there, rebuild the suspension, all that. Like in 1 week, if I work hard, I'm sure I can rebuild the suspension, change brake lines, weld this hole here in the back, and look through the electricals, make sure that all the lights work and everything. We're gonna find a top for it. Carpet, we're gonna make a quick set like David's carpet before, and I just need to sew a curtain for here. I'm gonna wrap these in vinyl. This is easy to make, this piece. 1 week or maybe 2 weeks, I don't know, but I'm gonna focus on this car. It's not gonna be like the Davis where we were forced to work only after hours, like 2-3 hours a day. On this car, I'm gonna work 12 hours a day until it's finished, so I can go back to my daily job with customers' cars. Unfortunately, my Spitfire now, which sits over there, it's wet now, perfect. It rained yesterday. So that needs work, but I think I'm gonna put it to the side. Anyway, I'm rambling. I hope that you're not mad at me for buying another Rusty Beauty, but I always wanted, like before we did that with David's car, the restoration, that was actually an idea about my TR6. I just wanted a beater, let's call it, a car that is not perfectly restored, but it is safe. I wanted that on the road, and we actually looked at my TR6 at the time. We didn't think that it was gonna work. That's why we went and we did that on his TR4. So that was an idea of mine for a long time. So now I'm gonna do that to this car so I can have a TR4 on the road, and that's it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't have a happy ending for this video, but we're gonna get there. So stay tuned for more parts in which we're gonna bring this beauty back to the road, and she's gonna be a real Rusty Beauty. Anyways, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in part 2. Bye.